everywhere I've been, there's been great people, but that doesn't mean that you were in total alignment. Mm-hmm. And I've learned so much in this business. I've gained so much from every place I've been, but my fire dwindled. When you find the right people and the right culture, that fire will burn again. And so if you're out there and you feel like you've lost that passion, lost that drive, you might just be in the wrong vehicle or with the wrong people. And that doesn't mean those people you're with are bad people, but when you really get around the right people, something special happens. And I can't explain all of it, Roger, not quite yet, but something special is happening inside, and I'm very, very excited for this next year.
Good morning, and welcome to the Life Insurance Academy podcast. We got a special guest episode today for you. Can't wait for you to meet this lady. Phenomenal energy, great personality. I've gotten to know her over the past 10 months, 11 months, and she's been at 2 of our boot camps now, all the way from Jackson, Michigan. She's going to show you where that is in just a moment. All the way from Jackson, Michigan, Miss Tori Haskell with Bronson Financial Group. Welcome to the podcast, Tori. How's it going?
Hi, Roger. Thank you so much for having me. It's going so good.
So where is Jackson?
Jackson, Michigan is right here in a small town outside of Jackson, Michigan. I'm from Michigan Center, so shout out Michigan Center.
Now, the people that don't know this, what the heck is this?
Well, we're the mitten state.
Mitten state.
If we're doing a true representation, it looks like this, right? Yeah. But lower half.
That's the Upper Peninsula,
and then you show where you live. Yes, Upper Peninsula.
Yeah.
But you show where you live in the mitten. So if you're on the thumb, you're showing your little thumb. But yeah, I'm from right here, right in the center of the state.
I like how you say mitten, and there's no T's in your mitten. It's almost like a British mitten.
It's a mitten.
Put on your mittens. All right, Tori, it's so exciting to have you. We have gotten to know each other over the past, since February of this past year, maybe March, probably when I started to get to know you. You've been in the business for about 5 years now, started just before COVID.
Yeah, just after COVID.
Just after COVID.
Yeah, June 2020.
Wow. Okay. Tell us a little bit about Tori Haskell, what you were doing before, how you got in the business, and then we're going to talk about some of the challenges that you face that new agents might be facing as well that they can maybe learn from you today.
Okay. Awesome. Well, thanks again, Roger, for having me. Before I got into insurance, I was actually in the automobile industry. So I was before I was selling vehicles, I was just setting appointments for a dealership.
Okay.
Then I graduated to the sales floor and I did car sales for just under a year. As I was sitting at my desk, mind you, waiting for clients to come in because we don't have leads, I realized that I was in a industry where as you climbed the ladder, you got to this position and you would spend more time than anyone at the dealership with no flexibility, no potential to grow further than that unless you wanted to open your own dealership. And I was pregnant. So I realized that that wasn't really in alignment with my goals and my future. So I had a family member that said, hey, I've been doing this for a while. We're having a lot of success. Why don't you come try and sell insurance? Well, I ended up quitting my full-time job, leaving my short-term maternity leave behind and saying, I'm going to do this. We're going to trudge forward. And I got my license. I was actually doing business-to-business sales when I first started. And I was
business to business.
Business to business. I was selling supplemental insurance and I was waddling around 8 months pregnant in the summer heat of Michigan. And I hated it. I would go into a business and I'd go out to my car and I'd cry. And then I'd drive to my next business. I'd go in again and come out to my car and cry. And I told my upline, I said, I really don't like this. And he said, well, it's okay. We're going to be doing life insurance soon when you can just buy leads. I'm like, what? Buy leads? Why have I been going business to business? Like, here's my credit card. Buy me some leads right now.
Yes.
So yeah, that's how I got started. And it's been I've never looked back since.
So you were pregnant, getting started, single mom.
I wasn't single then, but yes, single mom now. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, raising, and your son is now 5?
5, yeah.
5, what's your boy's name?
His name is Bronson.
Bronson, and the name of your company is?
Bronson Financial Group.
There you go. That's the tie. And here's a little known fact. that's going to make you smile. I have a brother named Bronson.
Do you?
Yes.
Oh, I love
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, that's incredible. I don't know anyone else named Bronson, so it's cool. He'll like that.
So there's two Bronsons.
Yeah,
We're
how
connected.
Cool. Yeah,
there you go. Well, you'll never forget that now.
I will not, absolutely.
And I won't forget your son's name either.
Yeah, cool.
So you were doing supplemental. You started, were you doing in-home final expense sales or mortgage protection when you started buying leads or investing in leads? How did that happen?
Yeah, we were doing a little bit of both. So I did in-home final expense sales for maybe a couple of months. And then I started working aged mortgage protection mailers. Had a lot of success with that, really enjoyed it.
Was it easy for you when you started?
I think
leads. When you started with the leads.
Yes,
okay,
the
no
leads
longer
part.
business to business,
Yeah,
but once you got working leads, was that easy?
It came natural to me, I think. It really did. I knew that I had a product that could help people and that they had a problem that I could solve. And so I didn't care about the rest. I just went in and I knew that I could lead with my heart, lead with what I had, which was tools to help them with their problem. And I was actually able to come in right away and, start making sales. And I was really fortunate because I know that not a lot of people have success like that. But I think that having just a communication skills and just being a people's person really served me well in this business.
Yeah.
And so sitting down at that dinner table, having these conversations with people felt very natural for me.
How did you do it with a newborn?
Well,
because there's some people out here that are thinking, well, I have a baby or I'm a new mom and I can't do this.
Yeah.
You obviously figured it out.
Yeah.
What did you do?
Well, first I'll say...
I wouldn't say figured it out. You might have navigated it or tried to figure out how to, navigate it. So how did you try to navigate that?
Well, first of all, I want to say I always viewed this as something that would be a short-term sacrifice for a long-term gain. So I did have to sacrifice time with my son to make this business work for our family. There were days where he would go with me to the office. He would be with me on my lap while I was dialing, setting appointments.
So you had an office to go to?
Yeah, I did.
You weren't working from home?
Some days, but mostly when we first started, we were in an office atmosphere.
Big office, small office?
Very small, probably about the size of this room.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and we were all brand new to life insurance.
Okay.
So we were all just in the trenches together, figuring it out, listening to one another on the phones. I mean, I remember the very first day we ever dialed leads, we were in my mom's basement, and we'd go one by one, listening to each other, and then looking at each other like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. But the days I wasn't home, it was a long day. We would drop my son off at daycare between 7 and 8 a.m., And then because I was out driving face to face, I sometimes wouldn't get back till late. So family members would step in and pick him up because they knew we were building something really special and that this was important to our family. So we were really lucky to have a lot of support.
You didn't stay in face to face. You started the transition.
Yeah.
COVID happened, challenges came. Tell me about that. We were talking about that before we jumped on to the actual podcast here. Tell me a little bit about some of those challenges and how you navigated that transition from face-to-face to telesales.
Yeah, well, I mean, after being face-to-face for over a year, I realized that, first of all, if we go back one step, before we even started going face-to-face, I saw the vision of being able to help people nationwide from the comfort of your home. But it really wasn't something that was being done at a high level, at least in the organization I was at. So I followed my leadership. They decided, hey, we don't do telesales here. We do face-to-face sales. That's just what we do. So I'm like,
That's
okay.
what we do.
That's what we do. So I'm like, okay, I will buckle in. Well, after I really got my feet wet and had a lot of success in the business and had been sacrificing all that time with my son, I really said, you know what, I really want to try this out and see what I can do, try out this telesales thing. So actually, I didn't jump right into phone sales. I did virtual, like Zoom sales.
Yeah.
And then I realized I was, having a little bit of success and I was figuring it out. And then I'm like, I think that we could probably take this one step further and just cut the Zoom sales out and just do it over the phone. And I did, I was doing okay, but I wasn't thriving. And that's when everything started to change for me because I started getting really curious about what I could find online. Who could help me? I knew there was people out there doing this.
You weren't thriving because you didn't have a system? You weren't thriving because you weren't working? Was it your consistency? What were those challenges that you were going through?
It was my skills. It was simply my skill level was not there. Meeting someone face to face, sitting down at that dinner table, the trust is established almost immediately. Yeah. And so that essence of selling was taken away once you start doing things on the phone. And I realized that, you really only have your voice.
That's right.
When you're on the phones to help people. And I was not having the amount of sales, the amount of consistency like I was in the field.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when I got on YouTube and I started searching things, anything I could. There's so many different combinations of words. I didn't know what it would find or who I could find, but I knew there had to be something. So final expense, telesales live, presentations for final expense.
And you didn't find Life Insurance Academy, is what you told me.
Well,
No,
I may have, but I had come from an organization where I was working with a ton of men that were having a ton of success. Don't get me wrong, but I was ready to start taking things away from a woman who was having success in the business.
And Roger wasn't a woman.
And you're not, I mean, you have beautiful hair, Roger, but it's not like, long, luscious, womanly hair, So that's when I found Final Expense Telesales, which is Miss Dana Neeson's channel.
Okay.
Yeah. And that changed everything for me.
Now, that was back in 2000. That was 4 years ago? 3 years ago?
At least 3 to 4 years ago.
Yeah. And she was working with a captive group at that time.
She was, yeah.
Now, you didn't make a switch.
She did not work in my territory.
Okay.
And actually, I didn't think at that time I really wanted to get involved into another organization. Actually, by the time I started doing things telesales, I felt called to just go out and be a personal producer. So I put myself a little bit on an island for a while, actually. And that got kind of lonely. So I was, again, figuring it out, improving my skills, working on my own now.
Now, did she know you were consuming her content? You were learning from her? Did you reach out?
She had no idea who I was.
She didn't know.
She had no idea who I was.
But you were learning from her for 2 years?
Yes, I was.
Secretly?
I was, yeah.
You're like one of those stalkers on the internet.
And at that time, she didn't have scripts out there. She wasn't sharing all that stuff. I mean, we don't really share a ton now unless it's with our team, of course, but anything I could find. I'm like, can I get a little bit more of her script somewhere? I can just write it down.
Yeah.
One more word track from Dana Neeson, I think will really help me. So yeah, I soaked it all up like a sponge and it really, really made a difference in my telesales business.
Are you ready to launch your insurance career? Excel Solutions is your go-to leader in life, accident, and health insurance pre-license training. Their cutting-edge e-learning platform is packed with rich content. Think interactive assessments, engaging videos, and customized learning paths, all tailored to your learning style. Being students ourselves, we've trusted Excel now for years to deliver top-notch training, offering high pass rates. Their streamlined prep review courses and the exam simulator are really your secret weapons to nailing the state exam the very first time. Now, you thought it couldn't get any better. Well, it just did. Life Insurance Academy listeners, you receive an epic 50% discount, reducing the regular course fee from $199 to only $99. So, all you have to do is use partner code LIA at liapodcast.org/Excel. Now, Excel spells XCEL. So don't think about it any longer. Dive headfirst into your insurance career with Excel Solutions premier pre-license training with that exclusive 50% discount just for you. Get the code, get licensed, and excel in your insurance career. So what happened? Let's fast forward.
Yeah. So I was working on my own for a while, had a lot of success, just got really lonely. So it was coincidental that while I was out working by myself on this island, I seen on YouTube this big shocking post. Dana Neeson, no longer here, or leaving her last organization. And I was like, is this divine intervention right here? Because
that might have been the interview she did with me when we announced that she was canceled and fired from.
I think that was actually my first time watching the Life Insurance Academy podcast. I do. And now it's one of my favorite podcasts. So it's just so crazy how it comes full circle. But yeah, so when I seen that, I pretty much right away, without even getting a chance to speak to this woman, I was like, I want to work with her. And obviously everything I had taken from her and learned from her was part of my call to work with her. But watching her handle her transition with such poise and grace. Yeah. I was so inspired by that. And I thought that is a respectful woman right there.
Yeah.
I would like to work with her.
And so you reached out, got started, and things have been great since.
I reached out. I think we got started. Things have been amazing since.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the difference been? What have been some of the biggest differences working with Dana and Empower Life Group, or her company? What are some of the things that you've learned over the past year? Well, just 10, 11 months.
Well, I think one thing you always say, right? Success happens in groups and
in community. Yeah.
Failure happens in isolation. And so having that community again to plug into and the culture that we have at Empower Life Group, it has, changed my life. I've made connections and friendships that even after being in the business for 5 years, I had never found a community where I felt like I had the people around me that I had always hoped I would.
Yeah.
And so I have friendships, business partnerships, systems, a place to plug into for work because, like I said, I was working completely on an island.
Yeah.
And the group I was with at that time was still doing face-to-face. I was still doing telesales. And so now getting to plug into a Zoom virtual office, signing on, everyone's on, cameras on, doing the same thing. We're all working, grinding together.
Does it feel like a grind?
No. When you look up and everyone's mouths
we use
are
this word, right? Grind culture and hustle culture.
Right.
And sometimes people take pride in this, like this idea of hustle and grind. But at some point it's like hustle grind, too long equals burnout.
Right.
And we've been discussing this idea of going all in and showing up consistently for yourself and for your team and your community every day is what creates success.
Yeah.
And then some people associate it with the grind and hustle culture where everything else in your life, dissipates and disappears. And the only thing that matters is your work. Do you feel like that here? Do you feel like that with Dana Neeson and Empower Life Group?
No, not at all. In this journey of being an entrepreneur, business owners, it's really a personal growth journey as well. And so if you're not finding what you need to continue to fill your cup, keep yourself going, you're going to burn out. And Dana's a huge supporter of that too. Taking care of yourself, making sure that you're, just not overworking yourself. It won't be sustainable unless you find a happy medium for your lifestyle.
Yeah, I saw one of her posts last week just talking about there's some people that talk about hustle and grind, and then there's other people that build a culture of sustainability, consistency, and systems so that you can grow and scale your business and be profitable. But the business is designed for your life and not the other way around.
Exactly.
So how is this business blessing your life and in the relationships, the greater community? You've been at 2 boot camps now, hosted by the Life Insurance Academy.
Yes.
What has that been like? And what are you learning from the greater community that you're getting connected to?
Yeah. First of all, I've never experienced anything like what the Life Insurance Academy is doing at these telesales boot camps. It is incredible. The energy, the support, the love, the care. It's so genuine. Everyone really wants to see you win here. And you aren't just being shoved down your throat, like just buy more leads, just call more people. There's tactful things that are being taught here to help people build their skills to where they need to be to thrive. And so to be in that room and to see other agents getting that help and start making wins and having success, the energy that builds in these rooms when you're at these boot camps, it's unmatched. It really is. And so the first boot camp, being there, kind of a student of the game, getting some tips from everyone, you guys.
California.
Yeah, in California.
Thousand Oaks, California.
Yeah, that was my first one. And that was just so fun to get to connect with everyone and just build the culture even further. And then now the boot camp we just got done with, being in the room with these absolute monsters who are just incredible at what they do. They are just... They are magicians, and to be in that room with them, it was a really cool experience.
Tell me about what you've learned from some of these top producers in the industry, because I think if you look across our landscape, right, across the industry, there's people that want to be on the top of the leaderboard and will do anything to get there, and that is the goal. And then there's people like the ones that you met in the room, this past week at this event that we held here in Louisville, Kentucky, that you were a part of. And you see the character, the intention, the conversations. Tell me what you see the difference is, because we're trying to teach a a principled sales process here at the Life Insurance Academy. We believe we can make the industry better. We
Yeah.
believe that we can do things for families the right way.
Yeah.
We believe we can teach people how to feel very proud of what they do, to be able to lead people and families to a better place, to put their families in a better position. And that means genuine conversations, connecting with the real person on the other end of the phone.
Yeah.
It's not just about closing deals.
Right.
Right? And so there's a difference in that mindset. And I think you saw that even represented this week.
Yeah.
Tell me what you see the difference there between those two, because I know you've seen a lot of the other at previous organizations, and
Yeah.
I think you're seeing some differences now in getting connected to a different caliber of individual.
Yeah. I mean, just like watching Elvira, watching Clark, you have to find a way to put the clients first, and the rest will all work itself out. I've always believed that if you help enough people get what they want, you're going to get what you want too. Mm-hmm. And so it's not just about getting the app submitted. It's about really helping someone put their families in a different position. And so, Elvira and Clark, being in that room with them and just listening to how they conduct their business, there's a reason that they're producing at such a high level. And it's a special thing for sure.
And you see Elvira's story. Elvira's been on the channel.
Yeah.
Clark's been on the channel.
Yes, he has.
Clark just recently had a $100,000 month. Well,
Yeah.
25 days. He corrected me. I said, in a month. He goes, well, it was 25 days. I said, oh, I'm so sorry. And then you see people like Brian Jackson.
Yeah.
Right? Brian Jackson had a heart attack this past year.
Right.
Came to his first event, had $7 left in his bank account. Former police officer. And then you see him put up the numbers that he did in his quiet demeanor.
Yeah.
Like, when you meet people like that,
Yeah.
does that strike you odd that people like that are having those levels of success versus what you think about when you think, if I want to be an industry top producer, I have to be like this?
Yeah.
Speak to some of the people that are watching or listening. If they're Apple or Spotify people, they never get to see us, so they never get to see our...
Okay, hey, we hear you and see you.
That's right. That's right. And then there's people that watch us because a lot of people think you have to be a certain type of person. Brian is a very quiet individual.
Yeah.
Elvira is very quiet.
Yeah.
Like, he's just soft-spoken, quiet.
Yeah.
He's very determined, but he's soft-spoken and quiet. Let people know what you see in those types of individuals versus what they may think it takes, because I think that holds people back sometimes. Well, I'm not like that, therefore I can't be successful.
Sure.
Because the way you sell is very empathetic. You're very educational. I've got clips of you literally with a flight attendant who's thinking about getting in the business, sitting next to you learning, and you're educating a client on the different types of insurance, asking if they understand, asking if they have any further questions. Literally this full consultative approach. So professional, and the diversity in how people approach their business is so broad. I think there's a misnomer or a misconception that you have to be a closer to be extremely successful. Let them know what that takes or what that looks like in reality versus what they think it might be, because I want them to know that the door is open for them too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you hit the nail right on the head. There's so many ways to skin the cat in this business. You do not have to be this big personality, loud person. Clark, we love you. But that doesn't have to be you if that's not your style. Mm-hmm. And that's what I've always loved about this business is there's a million different ways that you could do it. You just really need to find someone that you mesh with and you feel like you relate to how they conduct their business. Mm. And then you start picking up what I call golden nuggets. I like the way that guy sells. I'm going to start learning from this person, right? Mm. And again, Brian does things way differently than Clark, than Elvira, but it's just, you just have to be yourself and find what works for you. And it doesn't matter what type of personality you have. There's going to be someone out there you can relate to who's producing at a very high level.
You are a very unique individual. And I want to bring up a couple things here. Some fun facts about Tori Haskell. Fun fact about me is I'm kind of a nerd, you said, and I love all things Pokemon and play video games like Minecraft with my son. I would not have guessed that, and I understand you have a pretty good Pokemon collection. Is that true?
It is true.
What the heck? Tell me about that. Let us know about that.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's just boiling back down to just being yourself, like the most raw, authentic version of yourself. Like, do not water it down for anyone. Mm-hmm. And I've always loved Pokemon since I was a little girl. And, you go through that high school stage where you want to be cool and you don't want to talk about the nerdy things. But I picked up those Pokemon cards about 4 or 5 years ago, and I realized that, I still really like this. Why did I ever stop? And so Bronson, my son, he likes it too. And you just got to keep life light. And I mean, if you go in my office at home, there's Pokemon stuff all over the office, aside from where you can see me on camera.
Yeah.
That's like blocked off a little bit just to keep it a little bit more professional. But yeah, you just have to be yourself. That's what life's about.
It was interesting because when in this last boot camp, I walked by Elvir Bazdarevich's workstation.
Yeah.
And he had 3 pictures of his family. And then right next to it was a Pokemon card. That Chris had found out that Elvir has a collection.
Yes.
And Chris gave him a Pokemon card.
Yeah. No, I thought that was so cool. Yeah, it was. I brought my collection to show Elvir and Chris because on that call we had prepping for the telesales showdown, I heard someone mention PSA. And I'm like, they're not talking about the PSA I talk about. And then they said Beckett. I'm like, I think they are. I unmuted myself. I said, are you guys talking about Pokemon cards? They're, we sure are. I'm like, all right, you guys just went from already being really cool to being really freaking cool.
Oh, that's funny. And Chris is a big card collector.
Yeah, that's what I learned too.
All kinds of sports, and he's got cards. I don't even know what they are. Rated cards, ranked cards. I don't know. What are they called, Adam? Graded? There you go.
Yeah.
See, I'm not a card collector.
Yeah. Elvir holding up the knives last night. Should I get these graded too?
I know. Yeah. Elvir won a set of steak knives, a Cadillac Eldorado, and the prize.
And the belt.
For the Ultimate Agent Telesales Showdown.
Congratulations again,
And for those
Elvir.
of you who are in the know, you probably know what the Cadillac Eldorado and the steak knives are. I still don't know if Tori knows.
I don't. I'll do some Googling when I get home.
She's going to figure that out. But that was fun. So I see you sometimes in posts, and you told me before we went on air that you used to sit and dial with your newborn son in your lap to set appointments.
I did, yeah.
And 5 years later, I see photos of you, and your 5-year-old son is oftentimes still sitting in your lap with you or next to you in the office while you're talking to clients.
Yeah.
What has that been like for him, knowing that this is what you do, and how do you bring him into that as a mom who's a very active mom, but also someone who cares for her family and taking good care of her son? Yeah,
I mean, I think always just trying to instill good qualities in your children and leading by example, leading from the front. And, just explaining to him that we're building something really special here. Yeah. And that we have to work really hard to get this thing off the ground, and that it's going to do great things for our family. Yeah. And, he sees that. He sees that we get up every day, we go to work, and that we're helping people. That's what I tell him, like, that my job is to help people. And so, I'm just always trying to be the best example of a mom and as a parent as I can be.
Yeah. You have discovered that there's a different culture to be embraced when building an organization.
Yeah.
You're now starting to build your own team. You have agents that are working with you. You've learned from a really good example in Dana, I believe. Absolutely. I just saw a post last night of Dana, and just since February, since she made the transition, they're already paying like $500,000 in a month from scratch. Yeah. To that number. Of course, you and your team are a part of that number. I recognize that. Yeah. What have you realized about the culture of how people are treated differently here than other experiences that you've had in the past? Because sometimes people are stuck. Yeah. We talked about that a little. You said, I said, we're not going to, there's no organizations that we're going to throw under the bus here, because there's good people everywhere. Yeah. And I believe that there's good people everywhere. But sometimes culture and leadership doesn't align with who you are and what you're trying to do. And you had mentioned to me that you had kind of lost your drive, your fire because of that until you found alignment again. Yeah. And now I think you've come back to life. You're just, this past 8 or 10 months, you're like, you've got this fresh wind. Yeah. This fresh air, and you feel like you're in a place where you're not surviving anymore, you're thriving, right? Yeah. Talk about what the difference has been in the greater culture and the greater organization, and some of the things that you're learning about how people can be treated and how we want to inspire others to be their best and attract people to them and help them achieve their goals versus the other way around.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I want to say that everywhere I've been, there's been great people. but that doesn't mean that you were in total alignment. And I've learned so much in this business. I've gained so much from every place I've been. But my fire dwindled. And when I came into this business, it was burning rampant. I just saw the vision. I seen the opportunity and I wanted to take full advantage of it. And after a couple of years of the ups and downs, you know, Roger, I was even considering leaving the industry before I joined with Dana. And then when I got with Dana, I said, I don't know if I'll ever want to build again. I think I just want to produce. Working with Empower Life Group, Dana, everyone here, that fire they just turned up to number 11. We turned it all the way. We turned the dial to 11. It goes to 11. It goes to 11. We turned it all the way back up, and
there's lots of references in here, Adam. You love that, don't you?
But yeah, I mean, when you find the right people and the right culture, that fire will burn again. And so if you're out there and you feel like you've lost that passion, lost that drive, you might just be in the wrong vehicle or with the wrong people. And that doesn't mean those people you're with are bad people. But when you really get around the right people, something special happens. And I can't explain all of it, Roger, not quite yet. But something special is happening inside. And I'm very, very excited for this next year.
What is your advice as we wrap? What are your advice to new people that are watching, thinking about getting in the industry? That's going to be some of our audience. There's going to be some people that are in and they're struggling and they're not finding their success. And they may think, well, because I'm a new mom or because of these things, I can't be successful.
Yeah.
And they're listening to you and thinking, well, she's navigated it. And then there's other people that might be in a situation where they're ready to pack it in on the industry.
Yeah.
What do you say to those people?
Keep going. First of all, keep going. Don't give up. This industry will change your life if you keep going. You just have to stay consistent, but you have to find a place where that can cultivate that. So systems, again, people, processes, a sales process above all. I mean, some agents I talk to don't even have a script. So if you don't have a script, that probably tells you that you need to find a place that offers you a script that has proven success. But once you find those things, it's just consistency. Lead flow is cash flow, always. We know that. So keep the leads on, keep your activity high, be a student of the game, and then stay consistent. I always say if you just stay on the path, work really, really hard, make a couple of tweaks, keep working really hard, rinse and repeat. This business will do amazing things for you and your family. You, every day, are you on a community Zoom? Every single day. Every single day. Every single day. So people that work with you, regardless of where they are in the country, what do they have access to? Daily training, daily support. Me and my team, we do a daily huddle just to kind of ramp everyone up, check in, see how everyone's doing. And then we send us all off back to the phones. Every resource you could possibly need, we have available. And I just feel like I've never been able to help agents feel more equipped than I do now. So that's part of the reason watching Dana build what she's built here, I was re-inspired to build a team because again, I really was on the edge of ever not wanting to do it again. But when I realized, I'm like, wow, we really have so much to give to people and to help them figure this business out. I would be doing people a disservice if I didn't start sharing this again and start helping people figure this thing out. So, and they get to turn on Zoom, join you live, and you, your team, Dana's team, whoever's in the Zoom rooms, regardless of where they're at, they can be connected. Yeah. They're not on their own. Don't be on your own. Yeah. Work for yourself, but don't be by yourself. I love when we have like these one-off moments in the Zoom where someone's like, hey, I'm stuck on an e-application. Can someone help me? And I'll say, hey, join me in the Bronson financial breakout room. I'll help. We jump in, they share their screen. We fix one small thing and boom, they're back on their way. That is so fulfilling for me. I mean, making sales, helping families myself is of course fulfilling. I love that part of what we do. Yeah. But watching other agents, watching it click or watching them figure out that problem and then they push through and they get the sale, I just got chills. I just love that feeling, Roger. I really do. It's a really special thing that we have to have all of these people in this room that want to see you win. We don't care whose team you're on. We're all just here to support one another. And it's really just a special thing.
And we have fun doing it too, huh?
Absolutely.
Did you have any fun last week at the boot camp?
You want your dinner rolls?
Dinner rolls. There's another reference. I got smacked straight in the face with a dinner roll.
Thanks, Sydney.
Yeah, from Sydney Des Hotel. So yes, she's got a good arm.
She does.
She grew up with brothers,
That was
apparently.
unexpected.
Yes, me too.
And I know she has brothers because as soon as it hit, she ran out of the room.
She ran, yeah. Because if she ever hit a brother, she's taken off then too.
She knows.
And her brother was commenting in the comments.
He was too.
Tori, it's been an absolute pleasure getting to know you and getting to watch your trajectory and seeing you being reinvigorated. You have great energy in the room. You certainly are inspiring. You stay positive. You're self-aware too. I've noticed that even when you were going through some rough spots, when people weren't picking up or you're having some challenges with clients, you get up and go do a lap and come back. And I've just in the past 2 boot camps, I've seen those laps get shorter.
Yeah.
They used to be longer and now they're shorter. Then we're like, okay, I'm back in the saddle.
Yeah.
And sometimes we just got to pick ourselves up and put ourselves back in the arena with people who care. So it's been fun having you a part of the Life Insurance Academy. Would you recommend people join the Life Insurance Academy coaching program?
Would I recommend it? Oh my gosh, you have to do it. You would be doing yourself a disservice if you didn't take advantage of everything you guys have to offer.
Yeah.
The industry has never been more set up for success than it is right now because of you guys.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. And Adam's going to put a link there somewhere right here so that you can click that link and join. And maybe we'll get a free promo from Tori on her social. So
you're welcome.
There you go. Tori, thank you so much. It's been so great having you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Roger.
All the success. Can't wait to do a revisit with you in 12, 24 months and see where Bronson Financial has come, and maybe one day your son will be running that business with you.
I believe so.
Yeah.
I could see that happening. It's going to be a very exciting year, Roger. Thank you so much for this. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for being here. And thank you guys. Yes, contact. Adam's saying, don't forget her contact. How do they reach you?
I am at Tori Haskell on all social media.
Spell that for us.
TORIHASKELL. Or give me a call, shoot me a text. My direct line is 517-936-1823.
Boom. And of course, we can't go without giving a shout out. Dana made sure we all had these, and Tori brought them, and she twisted my arm that we have to put on the hat to represent. So there we go. Shout out Dana Neeson and Power Life Group. Bronson Financial, making big waves. So you can connect with them. And maybe if you ever come on our podcast, you bring us some merch and maybe we'll give you a sponsor spot as well. All right. Thanks for being here.
Thanks again, Roger.
Let's go.